Here with Concordia women's basketball senior Bailey Morris to preview the 2014-15 season. Starting off, you've been part of teams the last few years that have won 84 games, a couple GPAC regular season titles. Unfortunately, the past couple years haven't ended how you'd want them. How has that motivated this team, particularly your class of seniors?
The class I've been, we've been large contributors since our freshman year, and I think it's starting to hit us that this is the last year for us, and so the last couple years have been kind of frustrating, obviously, but I think we're kind of ready to just leave it all out there, and we've got a great team this year, and I think we're going to be ready to go.
You kind of put the team on your back down the stretch with some of the injuries that the team had. When you look back at it now, how do you explain how you played that well and how the team was able to keep on winning?
I kind of look back and it really hasn't hit me what exactly our team did last year. We were very mentally tough, and I think through all the injuries, everybody had to step up, and everybody did. And I was trying to do what I could for my team, and I know that my teammates were trying to do the same. And we just had a lot of players step up and play like we knew we could all year long. We didn't really have a choice with all the injuries, so it was either we were going to toughen up and push through it and play how we could, or lay down and die, and we chose to fight.
You probably won't forget February 15th. What thoughts come to your mind when you think back to that 45-point game and the win over Northwestern that day?
Yeah, that was a pretty great day. I've gone back. I've watched that game on film since it happened, and obviously in the stat book, you look at it and I may have had a big game, but when I rewatch that game, I see how much Devin and Ashley and Shelby and Becky and Kelsey and how well every single person played in that game, and the point thing, that's great, but I think honestly I'm gonna just remember how awesome that win was, and how collectively as a team we just played great that game.
Last year you were GPAC Player of the Year, so maybe it's hard to say what areas you need to improve upon, but what things maybe did you focus on this offseason?
Well, just about every year I think I say I need to work on not turning the ball over. I think you ask Coach Wilson, he'll probably say the same thing. But I think one thing I kind of wanted to focus on was my defense. I feel like I'm an offensive threat, but defensively, what do teams think of me when I'm on defense? I want to be a pest on the ball and be flying around off the ball. So that was kind of one thing I've been trying to work on. And then just different offensive moves. Obviously, being more consistent outside shooting, and being able to make smart decisions when I get in the lane. Can I go up with it or kick it out? And so yeah, but mainly I would say defense, and just continuing to be a better leader. I'm a senior, and I know Tracy and Kelsey and the other seniors would say the same thing, is that we're always trying to be good leaders, especially this year being seniors.
Talking more about you and the other seniors, Tracy, Jerica, Kelsey, and a couple others that you've been with the last 4 years. How special is that bond? Like you mentioned, you've been key parts of the team since you arrived. So how special is that to now still be here and working towards a common goal this year?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll think back to our freshman year and playing in the Final Four game together, and we were all key contributors in all those games, and just looking over the past couple years, just the ups, we've had pretty high highs and pretty low lows, and so we've had to come together and get through a lot of stuff, and pick each other up, and I think we've continued to do that, which is and we're great friends off the court too, which always helps chemistry, and we hang out with each other a lot, and that makes us even better together on the court. And so this year will be a pretty special year playing with all of them for the last time, and I'm looking forward to it. It'll be sad at the end, but I'm just going to try and enjoy it with them because they're a great group of girls, and I've just been blessed to be able to play with them for the past 3 years.
What do you talk about in terms of expectations? I know that you have pretty high expectations going into this season.
We always have high expectations, but with this group especially, the things that I see my teammates and our team do as a whole in practice sometimes, I just know that this is a special group, and I can't wait to see some of the things we're going to do this season. Obviously, when we look in the future, we know what GPAC champs, obviously national tournament, CIT champs, winning season, those sort of things. But most of all, I just want us to reach our potential, and obviously we have a lot of potential, and so those expectations are even higher. But I believe strongly in this group, and I know that every person on this team is willing to work hard and do whatever it takes and sacrifice for the team. And when we all do that, I can't wait to see what happens this year.
Now, there were a lot of games in the second half of the season where you were playing basically the entire game, and for Tracy it was like that a lot too. With better fortune, health-wise, hopefully the team should be deeper. How much will that help this year?
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be great. I think this is, say no injuries happen, this is the deepest team I think we've had since my freshman year, if not deeper. I go through our 16 that are going to the scrimmage tomorrow, and we've got, we can sub 5 in and 5 in, and there's no change in our press or in our energy level. And everybody's just going hard all the time, and everybody's got, highly developed skills, and we just mesh well together, and Coach Olsen can throw any 5 on the court, and it's going to work. So that'll help tremendously, especially as we get towards the end of the season, as we get more tired, and when we have back-to-back games and stuff like that. So that'll be a huge factor this year for us is our depth.
Now, since you've been here, Concordia's GPAC record of 50-10 is the best in the conference. How much pride do you take in this program being that successful and being recognized nationally as one of the best at this level? Wow, I didn't realize that's how that number was. I grew up watching Concordia and seeing how, successful they always were, and that's part of the reason I came here, is because I knew they've always been successful in basketball. And to know that the teams I've been able to be a part of are going to be grouped with those other teams is it's just an honor, and there's a huge amount of pride there, just knowing knowing how successful we've been, and that our teams are going to be remembered, and not just for the banners we hang up, but just the girls on the team. How surprised are you kind of with the way things have turned out in your career, both individually and as a team, to have the success you've had, and hopefully big things as a senior as well?
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect. I knew they'd always had good programs before us, but the year before my freshman year, they struggled that year, and so I didn't really have any expectations as to team-wise how we were going to do. But ever since that freshman year, when we played, we made to the Final Four and we went 34-3 or whatever, I knew that we could do something real special in the next 4 years. So part of me is surprised, but then part of me is not, because the girls on the team in our senior class, and we've just it's constantly been just working hard, because we all have that mindset that we want to be the best we can be, and we know how good our teams can be. And so, as long as we're constantly working to get better and the others around us get better. When I think about that sort of thing, I'm not surprised at all at how successful we've been.